alone, that is reasonable enforcement position.
There's another option here, and it's actually an option that's utilized by law enforcement every single day in this country. When they are looking for violent people, they go look for those violent people. They do not subject the people around those violent people who have nothing to do with them with arrest, with guns in their faces, with being searched, with being zip-tied and handcuffed and detained. Every day in America, law enforcement does their jobs, and they don't do it like this. So why is suddenly this okay?
Every day in America, you're not necessarily dealing with the most violent people
Actually,
in the hemisphere.
yes,
we're not.
That's
So it's
who is living in
Scott, there are violent people who are right here in this country, American citizens. They are in gangs. They were born here. They're
Yeah, it's called the Democrats and Republicans, called the Freemasons and shit like that. Yeah. They definitely diabolical. That motherfuckers called. It's oh yeah, I can't say that on YouTube. But anyway, allegedly, I think I snapped. I'm not sure, but anyway.
Parents were born here. Their grandparents were born here.
Believe me, we know.
Those people are dealt with by law enforcement every day. Again, it's a.
Yeah, you sure about that? Hillary Clinton is still running around this bitch. So I don't know how serious law enforcement is about it. Where them Epstein files at too? I thought y'all said thought them Epstein files was gonna get released. What's going on with that? You know what I'm saying? Trump, what's going on with that, fam? You know what I'm saying? We still waiting on them Epstein files. You know what I mean? We know why that shit ain't getting put out, but anyway.
Real basic question. If you lived in an apartment building and there happened to be somebody who was guilty of a terrible crime in that building, and law enforcement barged in, guns blazing, and put every single person in that apartment building under arrest, you would be fine with that, including you and your family.
Not everybody is under arrest. They arrested 37
Scott,
people. They arrested 37 people. You said everybody.
This person was sleeping in their bed, and they were detained. They were put in handcuffs and detained.
Neither you nor I was there.
Neither
you nor I were there.
No,
but I know this. Now 37.
Now, here's what's unfortunate about it. Now, here's where I would be kind of pissed off at. I ain't gonna hold you. I'm gonna need some compensation for that shit. Especially if I had to lose work. Like if I had to go to work in the morning and these motherfuckers came through. Like, bro, somebody got to pay for my sick time or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Like, something got to give, bro. This is like a hell of an inconvenience and shit. You know what I'm saying? Y'all done came here, put guns down, and motherfucker had my ass outside and shit like that. Motherfucker, it's 3 a.m. and shit, dog. I gotta get up in a couple hours, you know what I'm saying? So you breaking my REM sleep and shit like that. This is detain some motherfuckers. Okay, cool, but I gotta call out of work now, you know what I'm saying? Or now I gotta go to work tired than a bitch, you know what I'm saying? So yes, it could be an inconvenience, but at the end of the day, going through that little, there should be some kind of, get back compensation and some shit like that for that. But other than that, you'll take that to get them gang members and get these illegals out of them spots, straight up and down.
You and your family,
Violent
Scott,
people are now off the street.
Scott, you and your family, you are in an apartment building. You and your family, you would be fine with your liberty being held up, your kids, your wife, your children, being detained for any amount of time because somebody in that building was a criminal. You'd be fine with that?
You are vastly oversimplifying what's happening here. There are scores of illegal immigrants in the building.
See, Scott gets into this whole. He does this shit a little bit too much sometimes, and he just talks a little bit too fucking much. Just answer the fucking question, dog. Yes. If they had to come through and do a fucking raid, and I happen to live in the same fucking apartment complex, if they had to do what they had to do to get these, because his point, his whole thing is, we're getting the gang members out. Okay, cool, fine. You know what I'm saying? If you're going to stand on that, stand on that. You don't have to get around this whole fucking intelligent masturbating going on. Bro, just answer the fucking question. And the answer would be yes, and I would totally agree with you. Look, if I'm in my baby mom living in an apartment complex, right? If they come through that bitch and they start raiding everything, everybody's going to be getting laid down at the end of the day. And if that means that they can get these gang members and shit up out of the goddamn apartment complex, then nigga, so be it. So be it. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. You know what I mean?
We have to simplify things so that we actually understand what we're talking about. Because I do think that this is a problem now for the rest of the country. People are going about their lives and they are not responsible for the crimes of other people. And yet in this world in which ICE is operating like this, they are being detained for other people's crimes.
All right. Anyway. Let me get off this woman at the end of the day. CNN just love to make niggas look bad and look like we have no kind of intelligence and shit. Just saying dumb shit at the end of the day. But anyway, let's come over here, man. Shout out to Black Alpha Network. Shout out to that brother. Y'all make sure y'all go follow him on Twitter. Y'all definitely make sure y'all go follow him on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to that brother at the end of the day. But anyway, he puts this tweet up. He say, fact, Democrats do not speak for Black Americans. Baltimore Mayor Brandon Scott says America does not deserve Black people, especially Black women. Now let's get into this dumb nigga right here, dog. This shit is just ridiculous, dog.
It is
all right.
Really,
So
it is really on my heart this morning to say that as a man, but more importantly as a Black man, that this country does not deserve Black women or Black people, but specifically Black women.
All right. Now one might be like, oh, tell like it is TV. Oh, man, how could you say that, man? You know, the brother right, man. The brother right. Now, now at the end of the day, this is the type of shit, you know, this is the type of shit that grinds my gear a lot of the time, because these folks get up here and say this shit, and like I said, this nigga's in a position of power, you know what I'm saying? He's a mayor of a whole fucking city, and he's up here talking about, man, America doesn't deserve black people in America, especially Black women. So these are one of these kind of get on their knees for women type of dudes. You know what I'm saying? They get on their knees for women. I'm telling you, man, the queen, mother goddess. You know what I'm saying? This bitch is a stomp down hoe and shit. But you know, they just do this shit for political for votes. You know what I'm saying? They let her get out here and talk this Black woman shit to get the Black woman to come out there and vote for their dog ass. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, let's look at the comments, because the comment section cooking this nigga. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got to cook him. The comment section gonna cook this nigga. You know what I'm saying? He needs to cut it out. If he meant this, his actions would be loud. They all take turns being pro-Black, but not when it's time for investments, reparation, hate crime bills, save the talk. We checking the paperwork. That's a fact. You know what I'm saying? I gotta like that one. That's a fact. Nope. You know what I mean? Don't come out here with this pro-Black shit now. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, you know, the black woman is God, and don't come out here when shit don't start getting right with the policies and shit that y'all want to run out here for all these illegals and shit like that. They'll get out here and stomp to the moon when it come down there for these illegals, and the illegal ain't gotta get out here and say nothing. You know what I'm saying? They just already doing shit for them. You know what I'm saying? Niggas been out here voting for their dog ass, been out here campaigning for their dog ass, been out here stomping through the streets for their dog ass, and then in a minute they get in office. Hey, brother, you gonna look out? You gonna look out, brother? You gonna look out for brother? Oh, well, you know, it don't work like that. It don't work like that. Then in the middle of the night, they out here cutting checks for the illegal immigrants and doing shit and jumping on TV, defending shit for the illegal immigrants. Like, nah, dog, I ain't trying to hear that shit, man. You know what I'm saying? Don't save that shit, dog. You can save me with the talk, fam. You can say that, you know what I'm saying? Check the paperwork. What that paperwork looking like? You know what I'm saying? You sign any bills, nigga? You know what I'm saying? Oh, you ain't signed no bills. All right, nigga. I ain't trying to hear that dumb shit you talking about. You know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to hear it. You know what I'm saying? I really don't even know what to say. He's a gatekeeper. Make sure people don't leave the Democratic plantation. Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? They ain't saying shit. He ain't mentioning nothing about reparations, just stating the obvious. I mean, right, facts. A lot of people, all of colors, worked really hard for decades, and some even paid the ultimate price to remove the evils of racism and segregation from our damn, I can't even get it out. My fucking tongue is tied like a motherfucker. But anyway, yet here we are today witnessing people taking a crap on all of those people. You know what I'm saying? One thing Republicans don't speak for me. I see Black folks getting their asses beat at Trump rallies, and I was never that type of nigga. The Democrats going to give Black folks a longer rope. As a kid, all I had was food stamps and Section 8, and I'm grateful for it. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to this dude right here, though. Yeah, I'll be getting some of these niggas going over there to these goddamn Trump rallies, trying to antagonize folks and shit like that, fucking around and getting their ass whooped. Like I said, I ain't motherfucking listen, dog. I don't feel sorry for none of them niggas, you know what I'm saying? You take your ass out there to a Trump rally, doing some dumb shit at the end of the day, and you get your ass whooped, you know what I'm saying? Hey, brother, that's on you, you know what I'm saying? If you're going to go out there and if you're going to go out there to the Trump rally starting some bullshit, you better be standing on business, you know what I'm saying? If you ain't standing on no business, I would advise your ass not to take your ass over there. Don't be no goddamn one of these liberal sissy queens and shit running around taking your black ass over here to this goddamn Trump rally and get your ass whooped at the end of the day. They want to holler racism and shit. You know what I'm saying? Nobody told you, dumbass, to take your ass over there. Nigga, you caused that on yourself. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. But the Democrats just know whatchamacallit. They just do their shit behind your back. You know what I'm saying? That's how the Democrats do it. You know what I'm saying? The Democrats is at least with the Republicans, you kind of know what you're getting with the Republicans. You know what I'm saying? The Democrats is more sneaky because they act like they fuck with you, but really, they plotting on your ass. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. But anyway, bro, they do black women so damn wrong. Democrats. Steve Harvey, 2000s, 2010. Modus, Scott Young, Derek Jacks. Oh my God, the dating coach. This nigga. Oh my goodness. This same nigga that was running around, black woman, but he cheating on his goddamn wife and shit. You know what I'm saying? Nigga had to the point, nigga had to get out here and make a fucking apology and shit. It is what it is. But anyway, they love benefiting off black women. You know what I'm saying? It's like they mentally pimp the black women at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? And that's very unfortunate. You know what I'm saying? That we got politicians playing these reindeer fucking games at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? Especially the black women. America don't need black people, especially the black woman. Like, nigga, America don't need you getting up there saying no dumbass shit like, nigga, where that check at, fam? You know what I'm saying? Where them reparations at? Where them bills at that you can actively get your ass out there in Baltimore and actually do? You know what I'm saying? Where is your stomp for reparations and shit like that, fam? Where it at? You know what I'm saying? Other than that, nigga, I ain't trying to hear this pro-black shit you out here talking about. Shout out to goddamn Black Alpha Network, you know what I'm saying, for pointing this shit out at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, let's come over here and shit real quick. So this is a black conservative. Now, with these black conservatives, sometimes, I agree to disagree with some of these folks because some of these folks do be coons, all right? They be Grand Wizard and Grand Master coons at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? I do not like a lot of black conservatives that I see on social media because they're like far right fucking conservatives, you know what I'm saying? They believe everything a nigga do is somehow bad and everything's police do to some nigga and shit is somehow justified and it's okay to do, but they turn a blind eye to anybody else, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is, you know what I mean? So I don't really like a lot of conservatives, and I've starting to grow to not like a lot of black conservatives. I'm not saying that I don't like black conservatives, but ancient American conservatives, but I don't like these far right ones though. I don't like these niggas. Just like I don't like the far right, I don't like the far left. I don't like these hardcore Democrat niggas neither. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. Regular Republican, regular Democrat is cool with me. But these far left, far right motherfuckers, I can't do it. You know what I'm saying? They agitate me, and it is what it is. But anyway, let's get into this woman at the end of the day.
Dude, the only thing I can't stand about liberals is the fact that they always say it's not about race until they meet a black conservative, and then it's 100% about race. It's, oh my God, how could you go against your race and be in that party and blah, 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 blah. You just sat here and screamed about systemic oppression and systemic racism and all this thing that's been going on for centuries and centuries and centuries, and yet you think the solution is for all the black people and brown people to be in one party and for all of the white people to be in another party? That literally doesn't make any sense. What I'm still confused about is how y'all are still sitting over there pledging your allegiance to a party that would literally give anything to an illegal immigrant over your black ass, bro.
Right. And that's a fact. You know what I'm saying? You pledge allegiance, you get on your knees for the Democrats. Meanwhile, they ain't giving you shit. They're not even giving you nothing tangible for your vote, for you stomping down in these streets hard for them. A lot of you motherfuckers running around here sashaying and shit for the goddamn Democrats, and they ain't giving you nothing. You know what I'm saying? Everything's going to DI, white women, Asian women, Asian man, goddamn LGBT. You know what I'm saying? You at the very bottom. You know what I'm saying? Had niggas out here in an uproar about Trump getting rid of DEI when your black ass ain't benefit from DEI no fucking way. You know what I'm saying? You wasn't the one who benefited the most out of DEI. You know what I'm saying? That, sir, was number one was white women. And then CNN got y'all black ass niggas up here arguing about DEI and shit. Know what I'm saying? Man, Trump getting rid of DEI, man. Trump getting rid of DEI, man. DEI. Got black folks up there arguing and crying about DEI when you wasn't even the beneficiary of fucking DEI. You know what I'm saying? You wasn't. You was at the bottom of the fucking list. You know what I'm saying? The fuck is you talking about? You know what I'm saying? Which is a damn shame how they got niggas out here all fooled up in the game like that, especially over there on the far left. These niggas is paid, you know what I'm saying? They paid for, and you can't trust these niggas, dog. You can't, you know what I'm saying? I don't trust them niggas, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, I just tell it like it is. Like I said, ain't no corporate sponsor over here. Ain't no none of that, you know what I'm saying? We come through freestyle this shit, and we standing on business over here, you know what I'm saying? We standing with the truth, you know what I mean? Ain't no cap in my rap, ain't no lies, ain't no agendas, you know what I'm saying? Because like I said, I can support Trump and something that he doing, and guess what? I could motherfucking disagree with Donald Trump on some shit that he doing. Why? Because nigga, like I said, I have no fucking a horse in the race when it comes down to this shit. If a motherfucker doing some good shit, I can respect that. If a motherfucker ain't doing some good shit, I'm gonna let him know about that, straight up and down. Now, that's the type of person I am, you know what I'm saying? If my man got a booger in his nose or some shit, I'm like, hey man, wipe your nose off real quick. Some of y'all will sit up there and look at a nigga with a booger in his nose and let him just sit there with a fucking booger in his nose the whole fucking day. Be in front of broads and everything, booger all in this nigga nose, you know what I'm saying? Some of y'all ain't shit, you know what I'm saying? And that's your problem. But that's the problem with society today. But anyway, let's come over here real quick. Now listen, I do want to point this out real quick because this is hella funny to me. And I'm probably going to do a video about this. But since I'm on it, you know, because, you know, you have a lot of Republicans, you know what I'm saying, that love to get out here. Black people are the most people on food stamps and shit like that. And it's not true. It's not true. We all know that white women are the one that's on the food stamps more than niggas. They actually get the benefits of that shit more than niggas do. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, most niggas might even get denied, or they may not even get as much as some of these others get at the end of the day. For those that know about the SNAP benefits and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. But anyway, let's get into this real quick.
Portland police have been compromised. Portland police have been compromised. That's what the FBI is looking into. That's what the FBI is going to investigate. Pam Bondi said full investigation of the Portland police is coming.
All right, and that's fine. This should have already been an investigation on that. But like I said, a lot of things is ran through the government. So if you're not going to put the investigation at the top, then how unless they're working their way up, that's the only thing I could think of, which would make rational sense to me, is that, okay, we put investigation here, we go there, that's going to lead us here, that's going to lead us there, and eventually we're going to get the word that it came probably from the fucking governor or the mayor, you know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, like I said, if these folks really want to, you know, get to the bottom of the shit, they know what the fuck is going on, you know what I'm saying? There's no need for a fucking investigation, you know what I'm saying? If Television TV from across the country can tell you who the fuck is at fault for that shit, then so can these motherfuckers that they're going to have. There's no need for an investigation. It's been going on since 2020. It's still going on to this very day. So somebody is in cahoots with the police and with these groups at the end of the day. And somebody knows about what the fuck is going on. So that would be somebody who's having to run the city, okay, which could be a mayor, which can be everybody in part of the city council, everybody within politics in general, state representative, everybody knows about what the fuck is going on. The governor, okay? So at the end of the day, there's no investigation. Just get out here and start motherfucking arresting these folks, you know what I'm saying? That's it, you know what I'm saying? We know you got something to do with this shit, straight up, you know what I'm saying? There's no need for an investigation, you know what I'm saying? Investigation shit is political fucking theater to me, you know what I'm saying? It's just like everybody talking about these Epstein files and shit, and all these niggas and these QAnon niggas that'll get their ass out here and talk about motherfuckers is locked up in Guantanamo Bay and Obama's not real and his ass is already locked up and all this whole dumb shit. Joe Biden is already locked up in the Guantanamo Bay. Hillary Clinton is already locked up. You know, they remind me of these kind of folks, you know what I'm saying? If it was that serious and they really wanted these folks that bad, they go get him. You know what I'm saying? They go get him. They know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? They know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Trump know what's going on. You know what I mean? So to me, this is just some kind of political theater going on, allegedly. You know what I'm saying? Allegedly. But anyway.
After a journalist was arrested, he was attacked by Antifa, defended himself, and the Portland police arrested him. I'm going to tell you this, folks. I'm going to tell you this. Law enforcement across the country, I have an inside source. I've seen it with my own eyes. I'm on a separate social media for law enforcement only, and I can tell you this. Law enforcement is calling out Portland police, and they believe they've been compromised also.
They've been compromised since 2020. And this is why out there in Seattle, like I said, I can remember it because I was covering the videos on this. There was a black woman by the name of Carmen Bess. Okay, y'all look her up if y'all don't remember this story. But anyway, in the 2020, when Antifa and they started locking off of these autonomous zones, they literally asked this woman on camera, on the news, okay? Because this one site that I used to have, it was like one of the coldest sites. The site was so fucking cold, dog. They scrubbed that shit off the internet. This particular site, if y'all can find any of my old videos, maybe on BitChute or something like that, I used to go on this particular site. That site was so cold with information, dog. I can't find that site nowhere. They totally scrubbed it off the internet. You know what I'm saying? This site was letting you know about what was in the eat the cake. You know what I'm saying? It was letting you know all type of shit, dog. All type of shit. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. But anyway, they had stats of how the rape of murder, crime in general was going up. And one of the main crimes that was going up was rape. Rape was going up 3 times over during that time in the pandemic, especially with the set up protests at night. You know what I'm saying? So at nighttime, yeah, there'd be the little peaceful protests, whatever, that they get a permit for. But then they had these gatherings at nighttime that was organized, okay, and organized chaos, and they was running around here destroying shit. That was the purpose of that. You know what I'm saying? That had nothing to do with no George Floyd, because at the end of the day, the shit that they were damaging and the people that they were harming and shit like that were black people. You know what I'm saying? So how the fuck is niggas out here protesting for George Floyd, but at nighttime you're harming black businesses? You're harming these opportunity zones where niggas was actually setting up shop and having businesses. You know what I'm saying? That made no sense to me, okay? And then when these crimes and shit, because everybody on the fuck the police shit, when that shit was happening, all the crimes and shit like that were happening to niggas, dog. You know what I'm saying? Niggas was getting beat the fuck up. Niggas was getting shot at and this, that, and the third. But anyway, to get back to this woman, Carmen Bess, they asked her in an interview and they said, hey, she said, yo, the crime is going up. It's triple. You know what I'm saying? She said it's tripling. You know what I'm saying? Not doubling, not she said it is tripling. The crime rate has tripled. Okay? With these I forgot, I don't want to put words in her mouth, but pretty much with these activities that's going on at night and with us not being able to do our job, because at that particular point, they were told to stand down. Why motherfuckers is destroying downtowns and shit like that, opportunity zones, what happened to do where a lot of black people was able to motherfucking have businesses and shit like that. That's what I mean. They tricked you niggas again, okay? They tricked niggas again into believing that we're destroying shit based off, on this fuck the police shit. And that wasn't even the case. They was tricking you out your spot once again. And they allowed these groups to come through like Antifa and all these, the BlackLivesMatter.org. I'm not saying that Black Life don't matter, but .org is an organization. They don't give a fuck. They didn't even give a fuck about the structure of family. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, man, they tricked the fuck out of niggas in 2020, dog. And I'm still baffled on how they was able to pull that off. You know what I'm saying? That to me needs to be studied. That needs to be studied, how they don't trick some niggas in that situation. But anyway, but yeah, got niggas to destroy their own properties. You know what I'm saying? And then niggas end up being the harm out of the whole police standing down situation. You know what I'm saying? Insane, okay? But She stepped down from that. And obviously she stepped down from that because the mayor of Seattle and the governor of Washington at the end of the day were telling these folks otherwise, okay? So it got so crazy that she said, you know what? I'm not about to have no blood on my hands. And I remember doing the video about that. And I don't want to say I take credit for the woman stepping down, but I was like, yo, if you better off stepping down, because at this point, at this rate, you don't want that blood to be on your hands. You know what I'm saying? You can go ahead and just step down. You don't work the long career. You know what I'm saying? As long as she could retire, that was my main thing I was saying. If she could retire, I'll retire now. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't want that blood on your hands. And if the shit goes bad, they're gonna blame your black ass anyway. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna blame you anyway. You're gonna be the scapegoat for all that shit that went wrong. You know what I'm saying? Let somebody else get in there and let them take the blame for that shit. You know what I'm saying? So, because they're already, they already don't want to give niggas shit anyway. You know what I'm saying? Oh, we don't know if we can trust that. You know, you listen to the whole ass niggas like Charlie Kirk. Oh, if I see a black dude doing working a pilot, I'm gonna immediately think it's DEI. Is he qualified? You know what I'm saying? Like, bitch ass nigga. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, man, whatever, man. You know what I mean? I don't mean to get into the Charlie Kirk shit, but that should be irritating me. You know what I'm saying? Motherfucker act like we supposed to be feeling sad for this dude. And this dude done said all type of wild, crazy racist shit about niggas. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is what it is. But anyway, now, like I said, am I celebrating the nigga dying? No. You know what I'm saying? I'm not celebrating the man dying, but I don't feel bad for the man dying. Not when he said crazy shit about niggas and talking about DEI and shit like that. But he ain't want to keep it real about who really gets the benefit out of DEI. How about looking at that white woman that's right next to you? You know what I'm saying? Her name Erica. How about looking at that? That's DEI. And she might have set that nigga up. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. I think that whole shit was staged. In my personal opinion, it's either staged or they set that man up so cold. You know what I'm saying? That it needs to be studied. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, back to this shit. But anyway, Carmen Best stepped down from that situation out there in Seattle because, like I said, it was just going through the roof. So, you know, just because it's not being talked about doesn't mean that these Antifa organizations still don't exist. They exist. They just wait for the right moments to get out there. You know what I'm saying? They're trying to conjure up some kind of situation to where they can have another George Floyd-like moment. You know what I'm saying? They're trying to conjure this shit up, trust me. And the man to do it in office is with Donald Trump. This is why they're putting all this weird shit out here in the media. You got the whole Ukrainian woman getting allegedly stabbed by this black dude, and I got the white bitch and all this. Like, if you look at the video, it don't even look real. But anyway, they got people, that's a black-white dynamic. You got the whole Charlie Kirk situation. Now they trying to pin niggas into this shit and make it seem like niggas is celebrating Charlie Kirk and dying and shit. Like, we actually had something to do with the nigga dying. You know what I'm saying? What's another one I seen? Oh yeah, the whole ICE running into these pretty much black cities and shit like that. So they're trying to conjure up this. They're trying hard with Trump in office. I told y'all they was gonna do that shit, which they're doing it. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is.
I'm just going by what I'm hearing and what I'm seeing. But the investigation is full blown now. What is going on with the Portland police? Will the FBI come down to what is going on? Because, folks, what I'm seeing, what I seen in the video, was not good. It was not a good look for Portland police. I say the FBI investigates it inside and out, and if people have been compromised, they should be fully accountable.
All right, but we know that this government is not going to hold these folks that's in power fully capable of anything. There has to be something written within some kind of deal that they must have where, they're not held accountable for shit. They're not. Even if they get caught, even if they're caught red-handed and you can prove that these folks did some dumb shit or should be held responsible for this shit, they're still not going to hold them folks accountable. That's just how this shit works. It's how it works, dog. You know what I mean? So it is what it is, man. But anyway. Don't get mad at me, man. I just got to tell it like it is, man. So shout out to day ones. Shout out to the new ones, man. Make sure y'all niggas hit the like button, the subscribe button if you want to donate. The links is in the description box. If not, that's cool. The like button is, that's right, y'all. The like button is free. Anyway, Tell Like It Is TV. We out of here, y'all.